All right. My name is Ella. We are group six, and the question for us was on pages 73 through 80 of chapter 3, the textbook poses the question, will technological convergence be the death of the printed word? What is your answer and why? So, for me, when I was reading it, I, as in general, I probably do agree that technological convergence will be the death of the printed word. But one thing I was thinking is that, since everything is so digitized now and everything is so convenient, you can get anything you want online now. It sort of brings this like new novelty to printed word and physical books, physical media. So I do think that although the the storage of important texts and stuff will ultimately probably be totally converted to fully digital, I think that it has like created a novelty for and a desire for like, printed word and stuff and sort of makes it more of like a fun thing that we can look for and people can collect and, especially if we stop printing so much, if we stop printing stuff, things will become more rare and so I do think that people still have like this inherent interest in like physical media and holding a real book and everything and so yeah, that is my take on the question.
My name is Austin Seektoops, and I basically think the same exact thing. Um, I would just say because of convenience, that is why digital media has become more popular because in the palm of your hand, you can access anything instantly. You can access news instantaneously, you can access a movie, a text, just any kind of information that you want, you can access. Whereas in the past, you had the mail service or you had literally a pigeon bringing you mail. Like it's super different. Um, I think also audiobooks and movies and just different interpretations of media have become a lot more popular. But I don't think it's necessarily the death of physical media because, like she said, there is still that reverence for holding a physical book or having a magazine or just stuff like that.
I also agree that it may not be the death of it, but there's going to be a lot less physical media in like upcoming years. And I think I don't like that. Most of the reason behind that is because in like an activism and like political activism standpoint, there's always been some kind of physical media to be able to spread information. And I think right now there's also a lot of physical media being made during the times we're going through, like signs, flyers, and while that may not be like mass communication, it is spreading so much information throughout a general community and large community at that. And I think that relates to kind of why it's dangerous that that can happen because of what the reading had talked about with what happened in North Korea and both the physical and the digital media being basically fully erased so that they couldn't get into contact with people outside of their communities. So I think having physical and digital in a nice balance would be a good solution.
Yeah, my name is Jimena Carrion. I wanted to talk about the market trends and ebooks that the chapter talked about. It said that the chapter discussed how e-readers like Kindle, Nook, and iPad will change reading habits. Again, these devices allow users to carry the entire libraries in one place. So again, it's very convenient. While print still exists, the textbook shows that both print and ebook sales have kind of declined at different points, indicating like instability in traditional publishing. And like you guys had said, the print on demand helps keep books alive, but it also kind of signals that mass print production is no longer like sustainable in a way.
For me, I agree totally with you guys. But another problem that I see is that with technology, it's a little bit faster, but it's also cheaper, or it updates. And then once you get into like actually having the paper copies, you have to rewrite everything when you have to update your sources and everything. Well, with technology, all you have to do is basically type in the new update or delete an old thing, add a new thing. And writing takes a lot of time, so a lot of people don't want to write with it. If that make I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And one thing I thought of too while we were having like while I was listening to you guys is that it's like putting all of our like history and like all of our valuable texts online is sort of scary because it's like we have access to the internet, but we don't really have control over it at all. It could all be wiped, it could all be altered, like, so I think that is one valuable thing um, about physical books, physical media. If you get a copy of something and you are able to like keep it safe, like that nobody will ever like alter it or erase it, So I think that's another interesting thing to think about um, when everything is moving so quickly into the digital world, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.